Yo guys, what's going on? This is your girl Mad Skills and welcome to the Spark Something podcast. I wanted to implement something that I thought would be dope. A lot of the times we have long weeks, we might have a long day, we might have had a long night, and we just need a pick me up. That's all I want this to be. So this is a segment I want to introduce entitled Spotlight Saturday. Let's get it. So a few days ago, I woke up just randomly and this thought crossed my mind about giving up on myself. Now, I've mentioned this in a couple of my episodes, and I don't always know how to combat these things, but I've been learning lately on how to change my mind, change how I respond, change how I show up. And I wrote it down this time around. And I wrote down why I feel like quitting. I just wrote it down randomly. I grabbed my notepad and a pen and I put, why do I feel like quitting? And then I wrote down, what are my thoughts? So when I feel like quitting, what am I thinking? Like, what's going through my head? And I wrote down my thoughts. And my thoughts were, I can't do this. I'm tired. I'm doubting my ability. I don't believe in me. So I can't do it. I'm tired of trying to do this. I'm tired of everything. And it's not even like I'm trying and failing. It's I've been putting in what I feel like to be a lot of work. And I am not seeing the results that I want to see in the time that I want to see them. And when I say what I feel like to be a lot of work, I'm going to say this. A lot of the times, and I'm going to talk about me because I can only talk about me. I can't talk about everybody in the world. I don't want to do that. So there have been times to where I have started working on something, and I have either saw somebody else doing what I'm doing and I get inspiration from them, or I have spoke to somebody about what I've wanted to do and they've given me an opinion about it, and they're not even doing what I'm doing, but they love me, they support me, they care about me, and they want to see me do great. So their opinion matters, but they're not doing what I'm doing. They're not working on what I'm working on. They've never even tried. But I'm taking their opinion into consideration because I feel like you love me and you want to see me do well. Now, there are people out there that will push their fears off on you, so you have to be discerning. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but I will say you still have to discern if God is calling you to do something, or if this is something that you're really, really standing on and you want to go for it. You can't allow fear to be in the driving seat. You have to either don't even sit fear in the car. I remember saying I'll put fear in the trunk. The trunk is probably the most comfortable space for fear to be, but I don't even want fear in the car anymore. Fear got to get out. I don't know if you're going to hitchhike your way back to where you came from, but you can't sit with us. I'm going to say it like that. Fear can't sit with us. So fear got to go. So I'm kicking fear out on my on my journey. Fear, all right, I'm stopping the car. Get out. Get out, I say. Get out now. Like, you're not staying here. So for anybody that's projecting, project over there, not here. And I've had to learn how to compartmentalize how I want to decide to keep people in my life or to allow my emotions and my feelings. Like, I have to compartmentalize my emotions and feelings as well, especially when I'm doing something different. But I'm doubting my ability, and I don't believe in myself. So I'll say that. After that, I wrote down, this is just how I was feeling at the time. I'm not like, I haven't really journaled in a minute, but I probably should start because it might actually help me to figure out what's going on, or at least help me to better understand how to respond to these things. But I wrote down, I'm not happy where I am, but only I can change it, which is true. If you're not happy where you are, only you can change it. You have to be the driving force that changes where you're at. Don't have this anticipation that someone is going to come around and save you from yourself. Don't have this anticipation that something's going to come and just see you struggling. Don't be the victim to think that something or somebody's going to just come see you struggling, swoop you off your feet, and take care of you for the rest of your life. That may happen in a movie, but in real life, that may not necessarily happen. So I need you to not walk around thinking that someone's going to come and save you. I can't save you. Only you can save yourself when it comes to getting out of this negative phase of your life of why you feel like giving up on yourself, or why you have given up on yourself, why you don't believe. So I can't save you. You have to save yourself when it comes to this. And then I also wrote down, I'm just going through this whole list. I wrote down, when I change my habits, I have to change my mind first. Small habits of change creates great results. I'm not sure if I got that from somebody or if I actually wrote that down myself, because normally when I get stuff from people, I'll write down the person's name. But that might have been me. That might have been God just dropping that in my spirit. I appreciate it. So it says, when I change my habits, I have to change my mind first. Small habits of change create great results. I don't know. That might have been somebody else. That small change creates great results. I feel like that was somebody else. But that first part might have been me. And it's true. It's true. I've said this before. It starts in the mind. The way you think, that'll be the way you respond, the way you feel about certain things. So we have to learn how to compartmentalize our thoughts. Like, hey, is this thought serving me with happiness, peace, and joy? Happiness, peace, joy. Is this thought serving me with the good stuff? Or am I being fueled with negativity? Am I being fueled, by negativity about, who I want to be, what I want to do? Is this negative or is it positive? How is this being helpful? Is it helping me? Is it harming me? We have to learn how to separate and compartmentalize our thoughts. And you can do that. You have that option. Write it down. I'd say the best thing that you probably could do is to write it down. But then I wrote down, instead of negative thoughts, be combative. I said this before. I've never always been great with doing that. But I wrote down, when I wrote down what are my thoughts, my negative thoughts, then I started to write down what is the opposite of those thoughts. And I had to say this out loud to myself, and I had to write it down also. So I wrote down, instead of saying I can't do it, I wrote down I can do it. Instead of saying I'm tired, I wrote down I'm inspired. Instead of me writing down, because I'm going off of the negative thoughts and the positive thoughts. When I wrote down I'm doubting my ability, for the combative thought, I wrote down I have the ability. And for the negative thought, I don't believe in me, I wrote down I believe in me. I have the capability. So this actually helped me to actually shoot this episode. This actually helped me to get up a couple days ago, once all of these thoughts came to my mind, to get up, because I'm working through some stuff. I'm learning some new stuff. I'm becoming this person. So this actually helped me to see things differently. realizing that I'm growing, realizing that the old me would have been like, all right, I can't do it. I'm tired. I'm doubting myself. I don't believe in myself. And that's pretty much where I would have stayed. And in me not believing in myself, there's nothing that I'm going to be able to do if I don't believe in me first. I don't care who believes. When you have people around you that believe in you more than you believe in yourself, that is going to be what fuels you. And when these people don't show up for you the way you think they should, or the way you believe they should show up for you, because they're human, they're their own person, and you can't control how people respond to things. You can only control how you can. But you're going to feel some type of way when these people don't show up. You're going to feel some type of way when these people cannot save you from yourself. You're going to feel some type of way. So when you don't believe in you, it's going to be kind of hard for you to get other people to believe in you. Show up as you every day. Be the person that you need to be. Continue to grow. Make decisions that's going to help you to become the person that you want to be, to become the person that God is calling you to be. Show up as the person that you are right now, but keep in your mind that I'm not going to be this person always. There are going to be things that you are going to have to do that's going to help you to change. And when you begin changing, be very selective on who you allow around you and in your space. Okay? No, like seriously. Be very, very selective of who and what you allow in your space. I'm going to say that. Be very selective of the negative thoughts that try to come and pierce your space, your mind. Because it's a sensitive place to be in that becoming stage. That's a sensitive space that a lot of people don't always talk about. And it's not easy to wake up in that becoming stage. But that's all I got. So this is your girl Mad Skills, Spotlight Saturday, and we out.